everyone, and welcome to this series of Real Mom Interviews by NewMomLife.com. Today, we'll be interacting with Neha, a mature, simple and assorted person who literally has some very good tips for all of us. What I liked about Neha the most is her calm and composed nature that can instantly make things easy for you. Neha is blessed with two daughters, Kavya, who is 10 years old, and Kyra, who is about to turn 5 years old. She is also blessed with a son, Kian, who is 4 years old. Neha has done diploma in community welfare services from Australia. At present, she is working part-time as a retail assistant. In this session, Neha tells us her secret to manage 3 kids. So let's get to interact with Neha. So hi Neha, how are you?
I'm good, Gitika. How are you?
I am absolutely fine, and welcome to this series of Real Mom Interviews by NewMomLife.com. It's really a pleasure to have you on this platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pleasure's all mine.
Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. Okay, Neha, before proceeding with the session, I would like to mention that I will be recording it and uploading it on the YouTube channel and the website that we manage. So are you fine with that?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear. So, Neha, shall we start with the session now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Okay, Neha, first tell us that you have 3 kids, right? So why and when did you decide to actually have 3 kids? Why did you make this decision?
Look, to be honest, Gitika, we never decided to have 3 kids.
Okay.
We never talked about it कि कितने kids चाहिए, 1, 2 या 3. No. Definitely, we wanted 2 kids for sure. Sibling is very important part of it. Like हमारी so after I had Kavya, we thought we'll wait for 4 years and have a second one, and we did. Like we had Kyra, and then he was a surprise. The third one.
Wow.
We never planned for it, but it happened, and I did. I thought like I'm gonna do it. 3 kids is a big challenge.
Yeah, it is a big challenge, right? Yeah.
It is, but my husband Gaurav, he's like, no, let's do it. Like, why not? And I'm like, okay, all right, let's do it.
Let's try. Let's give it a try at least.
It happened. So yeah, we never planned for this, but I'm glad it happened. I'm so happy that I never planned it. Like me and my husband, we never talked about it. So
okay. I think when they grow up, you will literally like this thing that they are together. They are 3 and they are enjoying together. So that would be a good thing. But obviously, managing at such an early age is a difficult task that you are doing, right?
Yes, it is difficult. Like I won't lie. I might try to make it look easy, but it's not. It takes a lot of planning and communicating.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. So you must be having your extremely busy days and nights. So how do you plan your day and night, Neha? How do you do that?
Look, so there is a calendar which is in the kitchen.
Okay.
So I'm always full. So I write down everything like a month in advance. Who's going swimming lessons, who's got tuition, like nowadays we are doing on Zoom. I leave notes on the fridge when I'm at work. I write my work because I work part-time and I have rotating rosters. So sometimes I'm working in the morning and sometimes I'm working in the evening. So I don't get to see the kids when I work in the evening. By the time I get home, they're asleep. So I put everything on the calendar or my phone with the messages. So it takes because I have kids from 10 to 4 age group, and everyone has different needs, and they have every school, kinder, classes, swimming. So it does take a lot of communication and planning, and sometimes it doesn't happen according to our plans, but that's okay. That's okay.
But that's a great tip that you're giving us, right? Like you manage and plan that calendar thing. So that's a good tip that you are. Yes. So nice. So it's very nice. It's very interesting rather to have someone to literally plan something. I mean, we always plan for things, but we never execute it the way we want it to happen. So good.
If I don't write it in the calendar, then I think we'll forget definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So Neha, how do you ensure that each of your kid gets your time and none gets disheartened? That would be a difficult thing for you.
It is, Geetika. It is very, very hard, especially because I love all my 3 kids, but sometimes as a parent or anyone, there is a weakest one which you need to pay more attention to.
Yeah.
And you think that this one's fine, should be fine, so I better give the other one a little bit extra time. And I do that very often. I feel guilty about it sometimes, but it's like pushing the weakest ones so that they're up there, so don't feel like they're isolated or can't do anything. So when my second one, Kyra, she was 2.5, she was diagnosed with autistic. She is on the spectrum for autism. So I have been spending and paying more attention towards her while she was 2.5, and now she's nearly 6. So yes, I try to equally give my time to all my kids, but it's not possible. It's very hard, and I do feel guilty. But what can I do? That's why sometimes I'm spending more time with one child and I ask Gaurav to jump in and spend time with the other one, so that they don't feel, especially when you're both working all the time. It's really hard.
Yeah, exactly.
But we try our best, and that's what a parent can do, try their best.
Okay. So do they fight also? They must be.
Look, no, I wouldn't call it fighting. No, I would not say they fight. They have disagreements. They argue. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes it does get physical. But I wouldn't say it's out of control. My house is a safe place, and it's okay for my kids to show their emotions. It's absolutely fine if they're upset. Yeah. So before I used to jump in and try to resolve it, but now I don't. I step back. I let them communicate. The only thing that I say is use your words, don't use your hands. And if you don't come up to an agreement or don't resolve it, maybe I'm gonna isolate the problem. Even if it's a toy or a color or a book, so you have to choose. Do you want to lose that book, or do you wanna share among each other? So that's what I do. I don't jump in. I let them solve it. That's coming up. They are developing their problem solving skills as well. So most of the time they handle it pretty well, and I'm so proud.
Wow, you have given such a beautiful answer, I must say. Very nice of you. What an answer, like you said, your home is the best place where they can show their emotions. I think that's a wonderful concept. That's a wonderful line or an idea that you have given. I mean, literally no one thinks it this way, like you have answered it. So very nice. Hats off.
No, it is. Why not? If they go to school, they have to follow school rules. They go outside for activities, they have to follow their rules. You don't need to have too many rules at home. They need to explore themselves. And I don't make a fuss about it.
Great. So Neha, how do you keep yourself calm during such situations? What do you do?
Look, I watch Netflix. That's my go-to thing.
Do they really allow you to watch it?
So when they're having their own TV time or
okay.
I spend that time, I use that time to have my cup of coffee and watch my Netflix rather than doing household work, because the house chores can wait. You need to look after yourself,
Yes.
So I do watch Netflix. I'm absolutely addicted to a few of the series.
Okay.
But yeah, that calms me down. I go out for coffee with my sister, or if my sister is looking after the kids for like a couple of hours, I go out with Gaurav for have a cup of coffee. That's you get a time away, but then to recharge yourself.
Yeah, that's required also.
Yeah.
For a mom like
yeah,
you, that's a much needed thing. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
You're literally
yeah.
very
It gets overwhelming. Like it's not easy. So
Yeah.
you need to keep yourself in check. You comes first. If you are not happy, if you're feeling stressed or down, you can't look after anybody else.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely right. Only if you are
Yeah.
happy, then only you can make others happy or make them feel
Yeah.
happy, right? Otherwise,
Yeah.
you cannot do this. Cannot
Yeah.
ever happen. All right.
No.
Hmm. Okay, so like you have two girls, right, and one boy. So do you feel there is any difference between raising a girl versus a boy?
Yeah, I think so. Because emotionally, physically, they boys and girls, like male and female, they are different, and you can see it from the point of the birth, like they are different. Like girls are a bit more good at showing emotions. Whereas boys, I think they are emotional, but they find it very hard to regulate their emotions. Yeah,
Yes.
that's why they. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a 4-year-old, and it's a very very tricky age. So that's what we've been working these days: how to regulate his emotions, and so that he doesn't scream, hit, or gets really emotional. Yeah. So my funda is use your words. If you're upset, what's making you upset? So this was a very good tip from my 10-year-old. I was struggling with my son. I'm like, how I'm gonna make him talk to me? Like he always screaming or gets emotional, start hitting and throwing things. And then my 10-year-old, she said to me, she said, Mom, just ask him, how can I make you feel better? And honestly, Gitika, it works every time. And that's the tip from my 10-year-old.
Wow.
Every time,
That's amazing.
yes. Every time he's upset, crying over something, I ask him, what can I do to make you feel better? And he actually tells me, like, oh, Mama, I want an Oreo biscuit. Or I want iPad. Then, it's not iPad time yet, but you can have it later.
Yeah.
But it actually opens up a channel to communicate. And I'm amazed that my daughter came up with this idea.
Yeah. She's much more mature than her age, I think, you know?
Yes. So yeah, I think you have to find your own rhythm with your child, because no one's the same, yeah? There is no guide that you follow how to raise a child. You trust your instincts. So that's what we've been doing for so many years.
Wow. I think, Neha, you are giving such great suggestions. I really love that calendar thing also, and this suggestion from your daughter as well. So, and that point of view, again, I'm repeating, I don't know why, but like you said, the house is the best place where children can show their emotions. I think that really changes you from inside, even by having a thought of this. So very nice.
Yeah.
A great session is going with you. Very nice. Okay. So, like you have to manage, your household as well, your job, everything you manage. So, do you ever involve your kids in the household tasks?
That's I think everyone wants their kids to be involved in household work, but it's a challenge. It's a very big challenge.
Very big challenge.
So you have like things like in the kitchen with dishwasher, I always ask my 10-year-old to come and empty the dishwasher and put all the plates and cups in the cabinet. Sometimes she does get upset, and I'm like, no, that's your job, you have to do it. So she unloads the dishwasher and I load the dishwasher, and for like 10 minutes we are communicating. I'm asking her how was her day, what she did do at school. And with my second one, what we mostly do is, like, she loves folding clothes, even though she doesn't know how to.
Okay.
And we have a lot of clothes. We have a lot of clothes to fold. So I tried to ask her like, do you want to fold Kyra's clothes or do you want to fold Didi's clothes? So you choose whose clothes, and then she's picking and choosing the clothes, and at the same time I'm asking her to use her sentence because she was non-verbal up until the age of 4. So it's a bit of therapy for her as well. And with my son, I'm still figuring it out. The only thing I've managed to do is I've made him in charge of recycling. So every time there's a can or a plastic bottle empty, and you're in charge for recycling, can you take it to the recycle bin? And he loves it. So that's what we do. I ask them to pick up their own toys, but then again, they do it sometimes they don't. And I don't want to get upset over little things. Why I hardly get to spend time with them. I don't want to waste my time asking them or scolding them. I'm like, okay, you do it. If not today, then tomorrow.
Wow, Neha, you would be a great addition to this channel, I think. I mean, every mom who would be listening to your words will really feel very encouraged, very positive. I am feeling positive after having a session with you. That's so nice.
Oh, thank you. I do have a lot of experience. Like,
we would really share it in some other session. Let's also plan some different kind of session also after this particular session, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Neha, what would be your best tips for mothers?
Look, the first thing is that's what I did. Don't compare yourself to other moms.
Yeah.
Don't compare your kids to other kids because everyone is individual. Their circumstances are different. Their situation is different. Yeah, so don't go comparing that, oh, she's doing that, I should do that. No, do your own thing. You know your child the best. You know what's best for them. And sometimes if you don't know, that's okay. That's completely fine. You don't need to stress over it. You'll figure it out as you start to get to know your child a bit better and you are more comfortable with motherhood. You'll get your own rhythm. Yeah, don't compare yourself. The other thing is self-care and self-love. It's very important. Very, very important. If you are not happy, like I have been through that, because a lack of support in this country, we have to do everything. So if I'm stressing over, I didn't wash my dishes, I didn't cook dinner, I didn't fold my laundry, then I'll be sitting here 24 hours doing the same thing. So I need to take a break. It's okay if my house is not perfect. It doesn't have to be. It can wait for a day or two. If I need to go out for shopping, have a cup of coffee, go out with my husband for a couple of hours, go for a walk, that's fine. You need to take care of yourself in order to take care of your kids. Otherwise, you'll be really frustrated, upset all the time. And then where does the anger goes? Either kids or your husband.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Everyone does that. End of the day, गुस्सा किसके ऊपर निकला है? Husband के ऊपर.
And husbands are like, इसको हो क्या गया एकदम से, अभी तो ठीक थी, अभी क्या हुआ? Okay.
अरे बोलते हैं यार हम लोगों ने क्या गलती किया? I think the other thing is with husbands, like give time to your marriage. I know with kids, you put your marriage, your personal life on a backseat.
Yeah, everything is on a backseat.
Especially when you have young kids, it's very hard. But you need to make time for each other, even if it's like once a month or once a week or once in 2 months, just time for yourself so that you don't lose that relationship between as a husband and wife.
Important. Yes.
Because you are mother and father, but before that you are husband and wife.
And that will work a great, in bringing out your inner happiness.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's very important.
That's really important.
Just let your kids be kids. Don't stress.
Very nice. Oh my God. Wow. Just let your kids be kids. Wow. Because they are bound to make mistakes. If they don't make mistakes, if they don't throw tantrums, they won't be called kids, right? Yeah.
No, I know. Like I think they are much better than what we were as kids, to be honest. Like I've got 3 of them, but now that at this age they get along so well. But of course, they disagree. They argue. They lock themselves in their room. They say you're not talking to each other. So that's fine. But after 5 minutes, because they're on the dining table playing Lego. So, we don't have to meddle in. They'll find their own way.
Yeah, my God. Thank you so much, Neha. Thank you for connecting, accepting this invitation, and great suggestions from you. It was a wonderful session. I thoroughly enjoyed it and loved it. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed it too.
Thank you so much, dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, shall we sign off now?
Yeah.
Okay, great.